I'm just going to start off by addressing Malcolm's situation with his knee. He had the MRI Saturday in Spokane when we arrived on Sunday. Our team doctor looked at him and ordered another MRI because the MRI machines that we have here at UCLA are among the best in the world. So the instrumentation is much more powerful, and therefore provides a much clearer picture. And bottom line is he has a small tear in cartilage, and that's why he had some minimal swelling or mild swelling. Swelling is since dissipating today, and he should be good to go on Thursday. He's not going to practice today, and he will hopefully be able to do some shooting and stuff tomorrow. And bottom line is we're letting it quiet down as much as possible. We also have Jeremy Anderson out today from practice for an illness that he felt terrible Sunday night. He was sick yesterday. I just talked to our trainer. He doesn't want him to practice today. He needs to get rest. He's seen a doctor. Tyler Lamb is tested positive for strep today, a couple hours ago, but feels okay to practice. And we will get a termination whether he'll be able to practice. If the concern for him would be if he's contagious, and that has to be run by the team doctors as well. Questions? No. In other words, and that's a good question. The key to it is that we've been assured that he's not in any danger of injuring any worse. And this kind of thing has happened multiple times with players in all different sports.
Did you see the play where it happened?
I didn't think it was anything. I mean, that's what was so amazing. It was the play with 8 seconds to go in regulation, and I watched it over and over and over and over and over. And from watching it, you wouldn't think it was anything impressive, as the doctors like to say.
Have they determined whether he'll need surgery?
You know what? That's a good question, and it's very small, but that may be after the season that it'll have to be dealt with.
So it's kind of almost a question of whether they continue to play on it and then have surgery later, or
yeah, that's already been the decision's already been made. I mean, he's going to be able to play. And
what was Jeremy's?
It's an illness. I mean, one of our other players has strep throat, so he is. We're not sure if it's bacterial or viral yet for Jeremy. What his thing is. No, I mean, I'm hoping it's today only.
Coach, you put Malcolm back in after the injury. He obviously performed well in the game with the free throws. Do you expect him to be hampered in any way? Or are you going to hold back?
No, I really don't. I don't expect him to be hampered. I think he'll be fine, and I'm sure they'll wrap it. I don't. Someone asked today, or Ben did, if he'll have a brace or anything, and no. I mean, that's not my understanding.
Is it more kind of just like a pain issue?
Exactly. Yeah. Discomfort. I wouldn't say pain, I'd say discomfort.
Given all these situations, how do you leave, or you don't have to play?
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to play tomorrow for multiple reasons, most of which, if we were playing tomorrow, that means we finish in the bottom 4 of our league. Well, I play him. I think he plays the most minutes on our team, right? What is it, 35 a game? But in league.
35.5.
Yeah, so he's playing almost 36 minutes a game. So, yeah, we might cut him back to 30. At least in the case that if we're fortunate enough to have success on Thursday, that we're playing 3 games in a row. in back-to-back-to-back days. It would be Tyler Lamb and Jeremy both absorbing more minutes.
Going into the Pac-10 tournament, what teams, are you looking at as kind of, let's see, a lot of people are picking USC to win it, a lot of people are actually picking Cal. Are you surprised that some of those lesser teams are getting that kind of momentum?
Well, I don't refer to them as lesser teams.
In their standings?
Well, you know what I mean. Cal and SC. I talked about this, I think, yesterday, off the record. But both those teams have a shot to get in. It's unfortunate that they're playing each other from the onset because that probably knocks one of the others out of it and puts the other one, marching forward, and that'll be a heck of a game. But yeah, I mean, right now I would say that going into the tournament, Arizona has to be the favorite. I mean, they won it. They've got the best seed. So, but I think there's a lot of teams that could end up having success in this tournament. I mean, Washington definitely could. I mean, Washington State, I think they'll. I don't know the status of Moore and how bad his ankle is or whatever. But it should be a heck of a tournament. My main focus is, ASU or Oregon, and basically what we'll do today is we'll go through some of the stuff that ASU does, and then tomorrow we'll spend some time on what Oregon does, and then tomorrow night we'll find out who won and who we're playing. What time is that game on Wednesday? I don't even know. 8:40. So it's the last game.
Will you go to that game?
No. My assistants will.
Coach, is this the most wide open Pac-10 tournament has been since the start of the game?
Oh, I don't know that. I mean, I always think these tournaments are, interesting at the end of the year. I mean, there's, and a lot of it, how teams are playing. I remember Oregon won it one of the years, I think in 2008. Did they win it? No, we won it in 2008. In 2007, they won it. They were hot going in. SC won it in 2009, and they had their, they had to win it to get in the tournament, and they did, and they went on and did well in the tournament. But it's always wide open, in my opinion.
Is there ever a heightened sense of excitement or a different buzz around the team when it comes to tournament time?
Yeah, I think it's natural for kids. I mean, it's, this is a new season. I mean, we're starting a new season. The regular season, we had the non-conference season, the conference season combined. That's the regular season. That's over now. Now it's on the postseason conference tournament and then, NC2A tournament. And they're both, heightened, fun, bigger. Because they're all, you lose, you're done. There's no second chances.
How big of an issue is it with the limited preparation time, particularly if it's the second or third game? What can you do?
That in the past, our teams have done well just walking through and doing stuff. That game at 8:40, will probably preclude us from doing a whole lot at 11 o'clock at night with them tomorrow night. But we'll have had a little more, head start with our first opponent because we're going to spend one day each kind of reviewing what they do and how we're defending them, and also how they play their zones. But the next game after that, if we're fortunate enough to win on Thursday, you have less time, and I don't even know when does Washington State play. That's the other game. Is that the last game on Thursday? Yeah. So again, those games you don't find out who you're playing until late at night. That's why it's an advantage to be the 1 seed because earlier.
Will you guys watch the game together on Wednesday?
No, but it's on TV in the hotel room.
Do you put any stock into it's tough to beat a team 3 times
No, no, and I'll tell you what, I mean, both those teams we each beat twice, and all of them were close games. I mean, we crushed Arizona State by 1 in overtime over there, and you know, definitely could have gone the other way. Then we turned around and got into a 21-9 deficit here at home and ended up winning that game. And then at Oregon, they didn't have Katron the first time we played them up there, which was definitely a plus. And we, you know, played well, and that was a very important win on the road. Their first loss in that building, and you know, Jeremy Anderson had a great game that day when we played small, and they played us really tough here. I was so worried about that game when we played them here, and I think were they up at halftime? The Oregon game at home. I mean, I think they were winning at halftime. I mean, you know, we had to claw and fight our way to win that game. So it was, all 4 of those games were very difficult, and you know, it's going to be hard, no question.
They were up 3.
They were up 3.
Did you say it's favorable for the fact that you're coming out of Cable Center?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I would much prefer to be here than having to fly somewhere today. Yeah.
Well, do you think that the tournament committee should consider the tournament, back-end tournament in your overall season, or should the body of work overtake that?
Well, they always do. They always go all the way to the end with each team. Now, you know, if Kansas loses in their tournament, they're going to still be a 1 seed. You know, same thing with Ohio State, same thing with Pitt. Those 3 teams are where they are because of, you know, the great body of work. But you look at our team, I think we've won 13 of our last 16, or is that right?
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of it too is how you're playing as, you know, you're late in the year. And
This is really hugely, you think it's hugely important to your team. Some years, I don't think your seeded mattered here, but you think this year maybe.
well, I thought it mattered in 07. I was talking about that today, that in 07 when we lost in the first round to Cal, I think we've slipped to a 2 seed where we may, if we had won that tournament, maybe we would have been a 1 seed. So, and then I think in 08 we were a 1 seed, and in 06 we were a 3 seed. And then, you know, losing in the second round to the eventual winner SC in 09, you know, I think we were a 6 seed, and maybe if we won it, we would have been a 5. I mean,
So you think it could change even more radically this year?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know where they think. You know, who knows? I mean, it's hard. You know, they have all these different. You know, Lenardi's obviously the most well known, but you look at all of them and where they have you. And I honestly haven't looked at it. I've heard that we were a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, it's kind of everybody's saying, but I'm thinking if you win the tournament, you could really.
Yeah, we could go. You could, no question.
What are your thoughts on Malcolm not getting defensive player of the year?
That's who I thought deserved it. I thought Malcolm Lee's the best defender, and I've said that in our league. And the kid who won, Marcus Simmons, is terrific, no question. He does a great job too, and is also, you know, deserving. But I'm for Malcolm.
Coach, your free throw shooting has been pretty great the last couple weeks going on now. Anything change, or is it just guys
Yeah, nothing. I mean, we're shooting them in practice every day, and I think we're just, you know, getting better. And seasons, because we were so bad early. Remember, you know, practice makes perfect. More and more and more and more practice. What else? Yeah, I think Jeremy Anderson, though, this whole year, I was just talking about today with a friend of mine, that, you know, what he's meant to our team. And I talked about this after the Arizona game. I mean, his year has been key to the success we've had. He's done a great job sparking us coming off the bench. Some games he started when we decided to play small. he was great in Seattle on Thursday night and gave us a chance to win that game with some big threes and plays that he made. And his leadership, he's a very verbal guy who is bright, and he's done a great job in that respect as well. So he's been, a key component as to the success we've had.
Does he surprise you that he's leading the team in three-point shooting percentage?
No, because he really worked hard this summer. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this when he wasn't shooting well early. I said, he really worked at a shot this summer and really spent the time last spring. He had this going, which Tyler Lamb does even still, is, they learn to shoot with both hands, and his left hand was involved in the shot, and it's, Jeremy, we used to tape his hand up in the spring, and he's really worked at it, and so it's great. He earned the success he had this year by all the hard work he put in, both in the off season and during our season. So, that's what you love as a coach, to see a guy work for it and improve and earn it. And, it was so great that he made that steal at the end of the game to basically almost seal the win on Saturday. I mean, he's done a lot of good things for us.
Have you thought any more, Coach, since Saturday about the season, kind of been reflective about it and
I really haven't. I've been thinking about Malcolm and thinking about, what we got coming this week, and I'll reflect when the season's over. What I think about, what I reflect on, is I'm just so disappointed we didn't get one more win at least in our conference. The Cal win there would have been huge. Obviously Thursday, we had the ball up 4, streaking down for a potential layup, and it was 6:30 to go, and would have put us up 6. I mean, you think about all the plays. And then we've won a lot of close games. I mean, you think about the close games we've won.
5-3 in games decided by 5-3?
Is that in the conference or on the year?
I think that but more wins than losses.
Coach, you say that you say every season that the Pac-10 prepares you for the NCAA tournament, just going through the gauntlet. Based on the way that you guys have won games and lost games, do you feel any more battle tested going into this? Do you kind of feel like you're prepared almost for anything, given the up and down?
Are you referring to the Pac-10 tournament now or the NCAA tournament?
Just postseason in general.
Yeah, it's the grind that you go through to get to this point, and have had some success, definitely helps you in winning in close games and coming from behind. I mean, we were behind in that game on Saturday and somehow found a way, which we've done a number of times, is good. That you have that attitude and never quit, never give up, has been something that I do like about this team a lot.
I was also curious to see how you guys, it seems like in past years you were almost certain how they would do. It seems like this year maybe you're more curious of how these guys are going to do under this kind of pressure, because they're still an evolving kind of team.
Yeah, I'm never sure in years past, number one. I mean, I never feel that way, but I'm excited about our team. I mean, I'm concerned about, Jeremy being okay for Thursday, and Tyler Lamb, and hoping no one else comes up with strep throat. I talked to someone, a friend of mine I went to high school with, who's up in Washington, said, hey, keep your team in their room. Don't let them go anywhere. There's flu and stuff going around up here, and, who knows where they picked up these bugs. There's not a good choice. I wish there was. There's no preference. Either team has been difficult for us in both the games we played against them, and so it's not going to be, something that, the style of play, you're playing against zone teams, and, they're both hard teams to defend against because of how they run their offense and their offensive sets. Oregon really, really does a good job, a masterful job, and they create matchup problems. So it's just neither team is something that I relish or look forward to.
It seems like
You know what? If we haven't learned that by now, we're never going to learn it. I mean, that is so clear. You know, hey, Washington State was without their starting backcourt, and, you know, we win in the last, you know, we were fortunate to tie the game, to put it in overtime, and then win it in overtime. I mean, yeah, I mean, anybody can beat anybody on a given night, and especially this time of year.
We have time for one last question, please.
Will you talk with Reeves about that technical here, Steve? That hasn't seemed to be a problem for you guys.
Yeah, Reeves, what about that? Can you respond to that? Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it.
I have an NBA question. You been keeping up with Kevin Love?
Yeah, I sent him a text today. I mean, 51 games in a row as a double-double is just incredible. And I just, you know, I'd love to see him go all 82, because I don't think they're going to the tournament or to the playoffs this year, but that would be something. And I couldn't believe it when I read. You know, this is, you know, over since 1976, the longest streak in the NBA. It's really, really unbelievable. But then there's a few of us old enough in this room to remember Wilt 227. Yeah. I mean, I read that, and I forget whose column it was. Might have been Jerry Crow's, but 227 times in a row, Wilt did it. I mean, that is unbelievable. Yeah, but, you know, Kevin, I'm so proud of and happy for. And I mean, he's obviously stats. I mean, he's an all-star in the NBA. And, yeah, incredible the year Russell's having. And I follow those kids every game. All of our players are in the NBA. I look at that, you know, stat sheet. I mean, Aaron Aflalo's having a great year. Really, really doing a great job with, you know, the whole adversity of losing Melo. I mean, he's even stepped up more for him. He's hit a couple game winning shots in the last 3 weeks. I mean, he's playing great. So a lot of them are really doing well. Okay.